Good morning, and today is the feast of Saints Joachim and Anne, the parents of the Blessed Mother. Okay, let me clear up from yesterday's video. James the Greater, definitely not the Bishop of Jerusalem. There is a 7-minute video that I have, which kind of goes into the whole James's thing. I'm not going to really spend a whole lot of time on it here, but suffice it to say there are James the Greater, which was yesterday's saint, James the Less, which is another cousin of Jesus, and James the Just, which I you're gonna have to watch the video, but needless to say, there's a lot of them running around. Okay, so that takes care of old business. Moving on to new business. Um, Today's the feast of Saints Joachim and Anne. But we don't have a whole lot of information on them. To be fair, we have no information on them short of the information that we are given, which is from tradition. So the way it works with Catholic scholarship is we typically have two modes that we look at things through. The first is what's called scripture, which is obviously the Bible or some other text that we can turn to and say, okay, this is where we know this from. The second is what are called tradition. Um, Anne and Joachim come to us mostly through tradition. Now, we don't have a whole lot of information on them. The tracing of Jesus's lineage is done through Saint Joseph's side of the family, which is kind of a strange sort of way of doing that if you think about it, because Saint Joseph was his stepfather, so it was, again, not really going to spend a whole lot of time on it, but the point is that we have no real information on it. What we do know is that, or what we can infer is that because of Mary's virtue and because of the way that Mary was, it is inferred that her parents also were extremely virtuous examples and were good, holy people, and examples of heroism and virtue. Reason being that God would not have selected people who weren't holy to have been part of his plan for the salvation of humanity, and obviously because they gave birth to Mary, who later would give birth to Jesus, they would have had to have been, you know, holy as well, because otherwise it wouldn't have worked out. Okay. Um, and that's pretty much about all we can say about them. We do know, yeah, we don't have a whole lot of other information on them. Um, Hopefully, we do know that they would have more than likely um, given Mary most of her all of her early training, and she would have learned almost everything from them. Potentially, they would have been the ones who would have arranged the marriage to Joseph. We're not sure exactly how that all comes about, but again, not a whole lot we have to go on here. Okay, so that's about it for today, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.